So we're back here with the 50mm Viper from Arrows. Just one couple more things I wanted to show you guys. I got the little wingtips on here and here. And I came across a little bit of an issue for me, at least. If you're going to run 4-cell, you got, really, because it only pulls about 40 amps, that kind of frees up a lot of different sizes you can use. And I have a ton of packs over here, so we can see what we see. I've got everywhere from 850 to 1500, 1300s, more than I can count here, really. I'm kind of a hoarder that way. But the thing is, with the 1800s that I'm using here, these are from Venom, and they do pretty well. I've used them in a lot of different planes. I've used them in my Excalibur. I've used them in my E-Flight F-15, which has a hotter setup. It pulls about, I want to say about 65 amps on a 4-cell, but that's neither here nor there. I had to go ahead and put some servo extensions so I can get my receiver out of the way. I put this battery where the strap is, and my CG was right up like here. And the recommendation from the manual is right about there, that little black smudge. You can't probably really see real well. So that's a problem. I didn't want to have a super nose-heavy plane. So I had to make some changes. I went ahead and put some short little servo extenders on the receiver. My battery bay is going to be a mess, but that's really okay. I don't mind. So what I have to do is I have to put this battery pretty much right back there, and that strap isn't going to do it. So I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to put a new strap in. That's no problem. But let me just show you real quick what I've got for throws, and this is all really kind of just what happened. I didn't program throws. I just plugged it in and made sure they went the right way. And this is how I'm going to fly it. I like my planes really responsive. So from the side here, I'll show you elevator. And then from the back, I'll show you aileron. One thing I noticed, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it looks like the aileron that goes down farther than the aileron that goes up, which is fine. I know differential rates is something that people do a lot. I don't think they program that in or anything. That's not, I don't know why it would do that, but it's fine. Another thing I noticed is when I went ahead and moved the selector on the BEC from 5 volts to 6 with this little pin here, my servo movement got faster. So let me change it back. 6 volts to 5, and you saw the rates I had before. They don't move quite as fast. So I'm going to go with the 6 volt setting because the label on the servo says it can handle it, and I get the faster response rates out of it. So, and then just to show you here, if you're going to give this a shot, this 4-cell upgrade, this is about what I've got to do. I've got to put a strap there. I'm going to put the receiver in the nose to get it away from all the rest of the electronics. I'm going to lay all these wires about as flat as I can. And I have actually got this in here once. Let's see if I can do it again. There's so many wires. That's what you get for having an external BEC. I wouldn't recommend it on this plane. There's just not a ton of room up here. Yeah, see, I've got to do some more stuff here. So let's yank all the wires out. And that'll get even worse when I have a strap. So what I actually did the first time, I turned the battery this way. Wrangle all this crap here. Shoved it back, tucked this connector on the side. After I got all this stuff onto this side. It's a tight fit. It's not a tight fit, it's just I made it a tight fit because, well, I like making things more difficult than they have to be. BEC sits right on top of the battery. Cables sit right on top of the battery. Receivers go right up the way into the front. Now everything can sit nice. And I don't have to trim anything off the underside of the canopy to get that to happen. So you see, I was talking about in the first video, I was going to trim some of this down. And you could. I mean, it's probably a little heavier duty than it needs to be. Maybe save a little weight, but that's fine. And then this gets my center of gravity a little bit farther back. I'm about at the front of the recommendation in the manual there. Which it says, I think it said 60 to 70 millimeters. Da, 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 da. Yeah, here we go. 60 to 70 millimeters. I may not even be that far back. I may be around 50 to 60 millimeters. But I'm going to try it. If I need to add weight to the tail, I'll add weight to the tail. And then just one more thing I want to show before I end this video real quick here. The entire reason I went with a quadcopter speed control is because I love the response rates. I swear these motors spool up faster. So listen to this real quick and you can kind of hear how fast the motor responds to throttle inputs because of the speed control I'm using. I think, but I don't know, that it's because they're 32-bit speed controllers as opposed to 8-bit. But again, I don't know about that. So just here, listen to this. You can kind of hear how fast it responds to my throttle changes. And like, just the way it immediately responds to even the slightest throttle movement. You hear that? Like I can spin that motor so slowly. The resolution is so high. So that's just me dorking around. So before I can fly this, I need to get that battery strap issue sorted out. And I will. I'm going to probably cut out this strap, yank out that Velcro. And then I've got some, over here I've got a roll of double-sided Velcro. And what I'll do is I'll wrap that around the battery with the soft side out. And I'll apply some foaming white Gorilla Glue down through here, through the soft side of it. And then I'll just stick the battery down in there so that the battery holds the Velcro strap in place while the glue sets. It works really well. I've done that on a lot of different models before where the battery strap just wasn't quite in the right place. And I'll probably only move that about 2 inches back. I don't want to go all the way back because if I use a lighter weight battery, I'll need the strap to be more forward. But that's going to be later. The weather tomorrow, as far as I can tell, is supposed to be pretty crappy, so it's unlikely that I will fly it unless I just get bored and brave. But who knows? The forecast has been wrong every day this week, so maybe it'll be better than they say, and I'll get it out. But we'll see. I'll definitely get a maiden this week and post it up as soon as I can. So happy flying. See you guys next time.